I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It went right down after takeoff in the city of Ahmedabad. And that's the sound of people gathered near the crash site in a residential area as huge plumes of black smoke filled the sky. The Air India flight was headed to London with 244 people on board. No word yet on their fate or if anyone on the ground was injured. The plane was a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. There's more concern about Iran's nuclear program.
Iran says it won't abandon its right to enrich uranium, a key component, of course, in building nuclear weapons. President Trump said last night at the Kennedy Center before a performance of Les Mis, the U.S. cannot let that happen, and a sign the U.S. and Iran are headed for a showdown.
They can't have a nuclear weapon. Very simple.
Moments ago, Iran said it plans to open a new enrichment site.
That's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. The U.S. has partially evacuated embassy personnel in Iraq, and the U.S. embassy staff in Israel are being told to limit their travel in that country amid reports that Israel is getting ready to attack Iran's nuclear program. Curfew still in place a second night in downtown Los Angeles after a sixth day of demonstrations against illegal immigration raids.
If people want to hurl insults, we will protect that. If people want to engage in crimes, we will prosecute that.
L.A. County DA Nathan Hochman, there have been hundreds of arrests during these protests. Marines will soon join National Guard troops deployed by the federal government.
Today, a U.S. district judge will hold a hearing over California Governor Gavin Newsom's attempt to block the military from supporting ICE. But President Trump isn't letting this legal battle stop him.
Fox's Brooke Simon. The demonstrations have spread in many other cities. Fox 29's Destiny Fuller at one in San Antonio, Texas.
These protesters took their voices to the streets, taking several laps around the main plaza while calling for justice for every human in the United States, many of them saying that there is strength in numbers. SAPD was on the sidelines, keeping an eye on things. They did not have to step
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An NBA title is within their reach. Radar clears 65 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. You're going up to 86 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02.
Last time you saw me, I was yelling, I was spelling stuff out. I ain't got to spell it because they know it. In 49 states, it's just basketball. But this is
That's an NBA Pacers fan losing his mind after watching his team beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 3 of the NBA Finals Wednesday night, 116-107. One of the keys to victory in the game was the Pacers bench. Here's John Herrick.
Their bench outscored the Thunder's bench 49-18. The Pacers were fueled by T.J. McConnell's 10 points, 5 steals, and 5 assists.
T.J. just brought a competitive will to the game.
Pacer head coach Rick Carlisle says it's going to take a collective effort from everyone to close out this NBA Finals and bring home a championship. The Pacers need 2 more victories to do that, and they lead Oklahoma City 2-1. Game 4 is Friday night. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A city official is in trouble with the law, and he's no longer a city official. Here's Chris Davis.
After a domestic incident and arrest, May 23rd, Carmel Mayor Sue Finkham has fired Jeremy Cashman, the city's infrastructure officer. Finkham had called the incident in which police had to respond to Cashman's Noblesville home disturbing. That's where 2 members of his family, a woman and a juvenile, claimed he went on a tirade, yelling, cursing, and even assaulting them. Cashman now faces 2 counts of domestic battery and has a trial scheduled for December 16th. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Regretful. That's how Indianapolis City County Council President Vop Osili feels after this exchange Monday night.
Users like Joe Hogsett.
You are now done.
Meanwhile, the Republican
Roberts,
I am not done.
Yes,
Meanwhile, the Republican members of this council continue to use survivors and our story.
That's Lauren Roberts, and she was trying to express how she felt about being ignored after she says the former Deputy Chief of Staff Thomas Cook sexually harassed her and other women. Vop Osili released a statement on Wednesday saying he has regrets. Lauren Roberts has been invited back to the council building to speak at a meeting next Monday. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It is 6:04.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Okay, checking out the construction zone on the south side, northbound 65. Looks pretty good as far as the construction zone can go. And right now, wide open. You make your way north from 465 to the south, but I don't see any trouble there through the constructions, the lane restrictions that could be in place until very late next year. Looking to westbound 71's happening good into downtown Indianapolis from 465 on the east side to the north split. Just 5 minutes at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Ryan Morris, Wish TV meteorologist. That's it. You're a meteorologist. What's going on?
Not too bad. Of course, we're seeing a little bit of haze out there this morning. Otherwise, it'd be a nice sunny morning here in most of central Indiana. However, it's not just haze that's going to be around later this afternoon. Some clouds will be moving in, likely staying dry all the way through the day today and even tonight here in central Indiana. However, tomorrow and beyond, we're looking at a slew of days with showers and maybe a few storms, not likely anything severe, moving Friday, Saturday, and unfortunately even into early parts of next week. So it's going to be a wet one. Get your umbrellas ready, but enjoy the dry conditions outside today, even if it's not the brightest out there.
Now, if I introduce you as Ryan Morris, but you're Drew Narsutis, and I make the mistake, which happens from time to time, because all you weather people, right? You got you got Drew Narsutis, that's you. There's Ryan Morris. There's Tara Hastings. There's Marcus Bailey. Y'all look alike to me. So all you weather people, right? By the way, I'm going to get so many emails. I only hope, Drew, right now you're very uncomfortable because it gets worse from here. If I call you by the wrong name, correct me, please.
Oh, yeah, you know me. When I fill in the mornings, my brain is only at half working capacity, so it just flew kind of over my head. But the good news is that even though we all look alike, you don't see any of us because we're talking over the phone.
That's right. We are talking over the phone. That is. I was going with theater of the mind, but hey, if you want to get literal on it, I'm down. I am down with that. His name is Drew Narsutis, and honestly, so much better than Ryan Morris. It makes me sick to listen to Ryan.
No.
Right? Every time I listen to Ryan, I get the rumbly tummy. That's true. That is science. Right there. Drew, my apologies, man. Drew Narsutis,
Have a great day.
Wish TV meteorologist. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you quite a bit. I do feel bad. Wrong name. Wrong. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? 64 degrees in the American Standard. Write it down. You know what? I'll write it down next time. Good idea. Well done, team. 64 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time right now is 6:09.
The NBA, and shame on its network broadcast partners. This is a fantastic series. It's going to be one of the lowest rated series in years because this league and those broadcast partners do not prioritize publicizing the league. select number of teams, a select number of players, and this is a fantastic series. Probably is going to get better, and the league has done its fans a disservice by not showing you who these teams are. You knew this team was going to be good. Oklahoma City, I'm talking about. You didn't know they were going to win 68 games, but you knew they were going to be good. How in the world, when you have 5 games on Christmas Day, are they not playing?
Yeah, it's a travesty. And we'll see if a lesson was learned next season when teams open up.
We know that this lesson will never be learned.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mark Boyle, your spirit animal. My God. I've seen more from Mark Boyle. Mark Boyle, the voice of the Pacers there. In the past couple weeks because of the playoffs that maybe I did all season. But every single one of them is spitting fire and dropping bombs. And in the most polite, direct, you rally behind them kind of way ever. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. Your Indiana Pacers, 116. The Oklahoma City Thunder, 107. And this game is all about T.J. McConnell. No. He wasn't the top scorer. Please, don't be ridiculous. Halliburton had 22 for the night. Siakam had 21. The starters, the rest of them, not a great night. Matherin with 27, but T.J. McConnell's 10 with 5 steals, 5 assists and 5 rebounds. Or was it 5 steals? 5 steals and 5 assists. The hustle, he set the tone as far as I'm concerned. But there is no question that Boyle is right there about how the NBA and how ESPN play down the Midwest. No doubt. And by the way, I've never met, I said by the way twice, I apologize. I have never met Mark Boyle. We've never met as far as I know. I don't know if the dude knows me. I don't know if the dude likes me. I don't know the man. I saw this. If you want to know who these people are, if you want to know, like, my God, we really do have the best people in Indiana. Delighted that Chris Denari has accepted our invitation to handle the play-by-play during the second quarter of tonight's broadcast. Just because he foolishly chose TV over radio doesn't mean he shouldn't experience the finals. He's earned it. Denari does the television work, but it gets taken over by the network, so he doesn't get to do what he's done all season. So Boyle and the radio team invited him on to handle the play-by-play in the second quarter. Do you have any idea how selfless that is? How insanely selfless and kind that is? These are the finals. It's been 25 years for Indiana. This is Boyle's moment. And he's like, Chris, come sit. Do the thing. Unbelievable. As I said, I don't know the man. I only hope to meet him one day. But that, dear God, good on him. Good on that radio team. Nicely done. All the respect in the world for you guys. And good on the Pacers. Nice work. 2 more. That's all we need. 2 more, and then parades. I do love a good parade. And as I said, you guys win. The cigars are on me. Have no fear. We will make that happen. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick. A major acquisition by Allison Transmission. Indiana agencies cutting employees, and an AI-powered telemedicine platform launches at 6:32 inside Indiana Business.
It's Matt Bear for Trajan Wealth. Planning for retirement takes a little more than opening a savings account. You know this, but you may not know where to start when it comes to your financial future. I was right there with you. Trajan Wealth will help you, partner with you in designing a strategy, then a customized portfolio that's based on realistic options that are all about your goals and circumstances. Call and schedule your first appointment. It's for 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. It's like you have this old 401k just sitting there doing nothing. Let Trajan get that money working for you again. Let Trajan help you start making money with that old 401k. That's what it's there for. Call today, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. 317-480-4040. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Construction zones are fine at the moment. Northbound 65 on the south side. Wide open from 465 up to the south split. Now, we've been talking about this closure that was supposed to happen this weekend of southbound 65 from the south split down to 465. That has been postponed. When we get a make-up date, we will let you know. But that area looks like it will be open on the southbound side from the south split down to 465 for Monday morning rush hour. Okay, just something to keep in mind. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got, wait a second. That's not right. That's right. 64 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Real stories with Hellsberg.
After we met and we started dating, Nancy and I lived 150 miles apart, and I would drive my old jalopy car, and it was roughly a 3-hour distance. It took 3 years I drove across that state back and forth dating her every weekend.
Persistence.
And I would have never stopped. I had a lot of energy back then, 36 years ago.
At Hellsberg, find the engagement ring worthy of your story. Designed with the love, care, and craft it deserves. Visit a Hellsberg store or hellsberg.com.
Guys, at Low T Center, the consultation and test are free for a limited time only. Don't let Low T slow you down this summer. Get the energy you need at Low T Center. Book now at fixmylowt.com. Fixmylowt.com.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
I love the colorful clothes you wear.
So do we have an impending fight between Iran and Israel in the offing? The TikTok on this is interesting, as the rumors started flying last night that U.S. troop movements and other troop movements were happening, moving assets out of the Middle East. I think Tony Kinnett was talking about it last night on his show. The U.S. had been warned, as is reported, about an Israeli operation on Iran's nuclear facilities. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. This also coincides with talk out of Iran, talking about America, of course, the standard death for America kind of chants that they are known for, but of a new variety. This then leads to the State Department ordering non-emergency government officials to leave Iraq. The Pentagon authorizing military families to leave locations through the Middle East. President Trump on his way to the Kennedy Center yesterday saying that simply Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. That's just not going to happen. It wasn't said with, we can't allow this, we can't do that. He was rather clear and rather focused. The defense minister of Iran saying that if nuclear talks fail and a conflict is imposed upon us, Iran will target all U.S. bases in the host countries. We already know this. Then you've got the UK advising ships to exercise caution in the Persian Gulf, the Straits of Hormuz, and the Gulf of Oman. What else have we seen? What is the thing that should most tip us off to, hey, something's up? We've been discussing oil prices and how over the last week, oil prices have gone up. Barrel prices at $67.10 on the West Texas crude. That comes out of Texas, Oklahoma area. Brent crude out of the ocean, $68.70. They're down a little bit in this morning right here. But all of that could have been those in the know sensing that something was coming. That could have been maybe something a little more looked at as to, is there some kind of action that is forthcoming? Why now? Why this? Why all the tip-offs? This is a good question. If Israel is going to engage, taking out Iran nuclear capabilities, they're not going to telegraph it. They're just going to do it. And if they tell you they're going to do it through some bombing raid, rest assured that they could do it most probably through some kind of computer virus, which they've done before, Stuxnet anybody. So all eyes are on it. And there was real talk yesterday that this was coming last night. So far, nothing. And it's very possible that these things get talked up big and then they cool back down. We've seen this before, but we're keeping our eyes on it. Our eyes are all on that prize. Then you have the Senate leader, John Thune. John Thune now runs the Senate. It is no longer Mitch McConnell. And it could be because Mitch McConnell is asking questions like this of Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary.
Probably won't surprise you, but I'm going to start with Ukraine. And I'm going to ask you a series of questions, but I don't want you to linger on any one of them, but answer the series of questions in one answer. Number one, who's the aggressor and who's the victim in the conflict?
Russia's the aggressor.
Which side do you want to win?
As we've said time and time again, this president is committed to peace in that conflict.
Is the question, who do you want to win? Is that a question that we ask? Now, who is the aggressor is to recognize what took place. And people who want to claim that Ukraine did this, it's just silly. I now have Hegseth. Russia's the aggressor. Of course they are. They always have been. We can put that to rest. Who do you want to win? What if the president doesn't care about the winners and the losers? He just wants the fighting to stop. That's Mitch McConnell, the senator from Kentucky, asking a policy question to the defense secretary. And I don't want the defense secretary with a policy question in that regard. The answer is always America has to win. If the commander-in-chief thinks America's best opportunity comes from those two not fighting, well, then that's the answer. Mitch McConnell's question. Very, very cheap, in my view. But going back to Thune, John Thune says in order to pass the budget, the Senate has to skip the recess. So senators are going to be in D.C. over the 4th of July, over Independence Day, to work on and hopefully pass the one big, beautiful bill. Which tells you that they don't have all these Republicans on board yet. They don't have Rand Paul. Rand Paul did not get invited to the White House picnic. Everybody got invited except Rand Paul. He's like, God, Trump, you're so petty. I mean, what else is he going to say? But they don't have the Republicans yet. They don't have them. And I swear to you, I have no idea if they're going to get them. I've made the argument that more rescission bills, bills coming from the White House that would take back funding, right? We appropriated $100 billion for Project X. We only needed $65 billion, so let's bring $35 billion back to the Treasury, right? Let's not appropriate and put it out there. Let's not spend it at all. Rescission bill to rescind that spending. You need about $200 billion worth of that, I think, to get these senators to move. Prove that you're serious about the cuts, and then show us when the budget bill comes, which is, well, around the corner. Don't have it. We'll watch and see. And I would be remiss. Brian Wilson, Beach Boys, passed away yesterday at the age of 82. And literally last week, this time, for the Thursday Music Moment, we did the song God Only Knows. I mean, we did the song. And Brian Wilson is responsible. The Beach Boys are responsible for music and musicians and really changing the scene. And if you want to know how good these guys were, this is the vocals isolated of the end of God Only Knows. And it is just hauntingly beautiful.
God only knows what I'd be without. 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 God only knows what God only knows. God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what
Sorry. That's just poetry. Brian Wilson dead at the age of 82. Matt Baer has traffic.
Northbound 65 slow after South Keystone Avenue into the South Split because of road construction. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
I'm not trying it all Thursday because of the U.S. Open. Casey, what are you talking about?
How relieved our listeners will be to hear that. Join us 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations. And choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A crash plane was carrying 240 souls on board. Your radar is clear at 65 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 86 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. An Air India flight headed to London crashed today with hundreds of people on board. Police say the flight went down in the western city of Ahmedabad.
It looks like some form of catastrophic failure, which made it lose speed. Now, that could be one of the engines. It could be a whole host of different things.
And that's aviation expert Paul Edwards talking about the crash, which appeared to happen just after the plane was taking off. In Detroit last night,
a group of protesters demonstrating outside the ICE Detroit field office looking to echo a message coming from out west. Kate Stenvig says the demonstrations in Los Angeles are the prime response needed to ICE agents raiding several Southern California cities looking for those with unlawful presence in the United States.
And that's Fox 2 Detroit's David Kitchen reporting for us this morning. Owning mistakes and taking responsibility is what Indianapolis City County Council President Vop Osili says that he's doing. Here's John Herrick.
Osili had Lauren Roberts removed from a council meeting Monday night when she was speaking about how she says she was sexually harassed by former Indianapolis Deputy Mayor Thomas Cook.
It is never a pleasure to escort someone from our room.
That's Osili speaking after having Roberts escorted out. By doing that, he says he made the trauma on Roberts and her supporters even worse, and he said Wednesday that he should have found a better way of handling that situation. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And Google will not let Apple have all the spotlight when it comes to the system upgrades.
Apple earlier this week unveiled the next versions of all of its operating systems, including for the iPhone. Now Google is taking its shot by unveiling Android 16. And while Apple brought new design elements, Android 16 brings new features to phones and tablets. AI will suggest edits for your photos. RCS will now allow for group texting. And borrowing an idea from Apple, Android 16 will show you live updating notifications on the lock screen.
And that's Fox's Eben Brown reporting. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Indianapolis-based Allison Transmission Holdings is planning to acquire the off-highway business unit of Ohio-based Dana in a deal valued at $2.7 billion. The business unit employs about 11,000 people in 25 countries. Allison did not specify if any jobs would be negatively affected by the deal. Indiana agencies have laid off dozens of state employees in response to recently enacted budget cuts, marking the first such reduction since Governor Mike Braun signed the state's new slimmed-down spending plan last month. The governor's office confirmed that agencies under both the education and commerce verticals announced staff reductions on Tuesday. The Indiana State Museum also let go several employees last week. Plymouth-based ChatRx will debut its AI-powered telemedicine platform to the public June 16th, offering $20 flat-fee text-based diagnosis and treatment for some 37 common infections without insurance or appointments. The company was founded by longtime rural physician Dr. Todd Stilson.
I realize how frustrating it is for patients and consumers alike to have to call their doctor's office when they have an illness they didn't expect, try and get in and be told, we can get you in 1 to 2 weeks. And as a patient, you're just like, well, I can't wait 1 to 2 weeks when I have strep throat or I've got a bad UTI or whatever it may be.
You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
At Indiana University, we're undaunted by challenge. We take the lead. We don't follow the crowd. Embracing the future with creativity and bravery. Unapologetically optimistic. Equipped with the knowledge and intention to change the world. Because bold is who we are. 9 campuses, 1 purpose. Creating tomorrow, today. Indiana University. Bring on tomorrow. Join us at iu.edu.
Indiana's economy is on the move, and every region has a role to play. Join IBJ Media and Inside Indiana Business for the Innovate Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. We're traveling to 10 regions across the state to spotlight business growth, workforce development, innovation, and Indiana's tech hubs. Don't miss this front row look at Indiana's future and the growth opportunities in your region. Find out when we'll be in your area at ibj.com/innovate. President Donald Trump's pick to lead the Federal Aviation Administration pledge to prioritize safety and upgrade the nation's outdated air traffic control system during a Wednesday hearing with the Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. Brian Bedford is the CEO of Carmel-based Republic Airways. He faced tough questions in the confirmation hearing. Much of the industry, including the major airlines and their trade groups, supports Bedford's nomination. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Yeah, Gary, looking at the south side, a stall on the exit from westbound 465 to I-69. Ramps are open, just a little tricky right now. Northbound 65 slows after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That is a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got ourselves 63 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. Let's check on sports. And Ryan Hedrick, good stuff.
Tony, good morning. Last night in Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
Here comes Halliburton. Outnumbered, he slows and waits. Now drives forward with the left hand, floating to the glass. No, but Y-E-S! As Toppin pulled it off the front of the rim and flushed it with two hands.
Mark Boyle on the Elevance Health Radio Network. The Indiana Pacers beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 116-107. Bouncing back from a Game 2 loss with a big performance from their bench, led in part by guard T.J. McConnell.
It's just a resilient group, and you got to credit the coaching staff. You know, they get stuff cleaned up after a win, and we bounce back, and we're going to have to, you know, be happy about this one.
And the Pacers are 2 wins away from bringing their first NBA title to Indy.
Just trying to play basketball. Obviously, we know how good they are as a team, and at the same time, we just got to be us, and I think that's what we try to do.
And that's Pascal Siakam. Game 4 Friday night right here in the Circle City. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
As a caregiver, managing your loved one's health can at times be overwhelming. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I'll share 3 tips to help you manage your loved one's medical care effectively.
Cardon and Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Tip number 1, keep a list of all medications, dosages, and schedules to ensure your loved one is taking their medication correctly. Second, attend doctor's appointments with your loved one when you're able. And finally, stay organized by keeping forms, notes, and other important documents in one secure place. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go? Jamaica, off the floor.
93. The Pacers victorious against Oklahoma City, 116-107. And I will tell you, Matherin, TJ McConnell, that's your reason. The bench play just brutalizing the Oklahoma City bench. And very happy to see it. And that is what's necessary. I think the level of adjustment that was made by that team. If you want to know how good Coach Carlisle is in making those adjustments, I think you saw it last night. There was a moment where JMV was posting about the fact that, hey, you might not be seeing much of Miles Turner right now, but good. If they're playing better with him on the bench, so be it. Understand the team, and did they wear down SGA? Have they found something to slow him? Because he was 10 points under where he was when he was playing in Oklahoma City games 1 and 2. So maybe they are on to something. What they need is better from Obi Toppin. If you're going to have 28 minutes, 8 points isn't going to make anybody happy when you're 0 for 3 from 3 points. You might want to not take 3-point shots. If you're 4 from 8, from the field in general, just keep doing that. Take those other 3 shots, get us one of those 3. The extra 2 points is more important than what is going to end up being most likely the turnover on being 0 for 3 on the 3-point shot. But thrilled for the win, man. Resilient team, fun to watch. Absolutely love it. I think though the story of the game. The story of the game between Oklahoma City and our Indiana Pacers was a photo. It is the photo that will be heard round the WIBC world. I have not talked to Kendall and Casey about this. I have not talked to Hammer and Nigel about this. I haven't had a conversation with Kinnett or Guy or Ethan Hatcher. Nobody. I have not spoken to a soul. Producer Carl, I haven't spoken to you about this.
No, you haven't.
There is a photo from the game of Micah Beckwith and Diego Morales arm in arm. Like over the shoulder, posing for the photo. Oh, what politics does to someone, it's, oh my, what politics does. I don't know who's got to have more problems with that photo. And sometimes I think it's just us, but it's not just us. It's one thing if you courteously greet someone, Lieutenant Governor, arm over the shoulder, what a great guy. Okay, I'll let the people decide. Ooh. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC, good morning.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
N62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
South side, a stall on westbound 465. Exiting 2 I-69 ramp is open, but there is a disabled vehicle on that ramp. Northbound 65 slow before and after Raymond Street because of road construction. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves, I keep getting it wrong, 63 degrees. Tony, in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
Jim Schrader, IT Director for Lakota and SMC Trailers and Viaggio Pontoon Boats, has a solid reason for selecting Applied Innovation.
With companies, the bottom line comes to dollars and cents. It really does. And when we consolidated all our printing needs with Applied, we got rid of all these onesies, twosies, desktops that we were having to take care of and got the big MFPs and strategically placed them.
And with the Applied Innovation Printing Solution,
we're saving about $25,000 a year between the three companies by doing that. And of course, everybody's like, oh, well, what if I need to print privately or this or that? You know, they've helped me set up private print, direct print, coded print, all that stuff.
You're sold on Applied Innovation.
If you're looking for great service, attentiveness, and a fantastic product, Applied is the place to go. Applied is Johnny on the spot, literally.
Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Join the Home and Garden Show this Saturday when they'll be live 9 to 1 at Sullivan Hardware and Garden at 71st and Keystone for the 9th annual Slaw Fest. Tickets are just $25. It's a full day of family fun, live music, local drinks, and over 30 slaw dishes.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP 105-195. Nautilus MSRP 60-195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. We are cleaning out inventory. Save up to 50% off Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, and Flex Steel. And if it's in stock, save up to an extra 25% off. Save up to 20% off Berlin Gardens and Pollywood Outdoor Furniture. And save up to 50% off floor sample mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic. First come, first serve. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
The Democrats have dropped David Hogg. We hardly knew ye. And he is not going to run again. He's like, no, I'm too big for you people. And you might dislike the guy like I dislike the guy, considering he is everything that is wrong with young men. I mean, just weak and broken-spirited and everything that is not what I would consider to be masculine or valuable for a growing society. for a society that wants a future. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Also, his progressivism would mean we get more Jasmine Crockett's, and that's simply just not better for anyone. But David Hogg was removed from the DNC, from his vice chair position, because the DNC decided that it wasn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Diverse enough. As Nate Silver stated, this is Olympic-level DNCing. You can't DNC any harder than this. Here's the rules as quoted by NBC News. Because DNC rules require equal gender representation on its executive committee, not including the party chair, the results of previous elections in February meant the DNC had to elect at least one man to its final 2 vice chair slots. But instead of holding individual votes for each position, one to be filled by a man and one to be a candidate of any gender, the party decided to hold one single vote to decide who took the final 2 slots. Translation: you people can't win an election again. You can't win in November of 2026. You'll never win the presidency again. Everybody hates you. I believe I've got that right. I believe I have that accurate. And gosh, I hope I'm right. Maybe that's it. So David Hogg gets the boot. And he's not going to run again. Him and another person, Pennsylvania State Rep Malcolm Kenyatta, also got the boot because they were part of that same election. Hogg states is that he's not going to do that. He's got his own thing. He's decided he's going to hitch his wagon to the most progressive parts of the party, and the progressive parts are going to fund him. Oh, yeah, they are. That guy is in your political future for the next 50 years. Ladies and gentlemen, meet your new James Carville. It's not my fault. I didn't do it. I don't want it. No. Nobody wants it. What, are you kidding? Absolutely nobody wants a part of that, and I would argue it's true that nobody expected it.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
But the political left knows how to surprise. Take the weakest, take the most pathetic, take the most vicious, and make him a star. Isn't that right, Tim Walz? I don't actually have anything good for Tim Walz. Do I have anything good for Tim Walz?
That's a big Twinkie.
That's close. Oh, gosh. Oh, there's going to be so many emails. There's going to be so many emails. Oh. I mean, I've got to have something else for Tim Walz. Wait, maybe this would be better.
I want an Oompa Loompa now!
That might be better. That's... Don't forget, when people are... When you're dealing with this level of viciousness, when you're dealing with this level of ugly, this ideological rapture that the political left is in, great danger can be done. Because they're incompetent doesn't mean we get to let up. But it does mean that there's this amazing opportunity, especially in Gen Z, which I have all the faith in the world. Gen Z seems so Gen X to me. And I'm not trying to try and steal their thunder. But Gen Z looks at millennials and says, hey, listen, individuality is good, and there are some things that we should change as technology changes, as life changes. But dear Lord, you guys are angry about everything, and it's just ridiculous. We don't want to be bothered. You're weird, and you're doing too much in too many places, and we would just like to, I don't know, live our lives. You know what? Maybe this capitalism thing is pretty cool. They seem far more into it. Over there at Game 3 of Pacers last night, you saw these ridiculous people out there protesting ice raids. We can't have ice raids. And, of course, signs that said that they were anti-capitalists. Know who you're dealing with. These people don't care about ice raids. No, they want to tear down the system. They don't want the Pacers game happening across the street. They don't want Western civilization. They're really bad people. And they're fools. And I'm glad, I don't engage with them. They're Americans. They can protest. But tell your kids, you see that? Don't be like that. Because if you're like that, you don't get to go to a Pacers game. Okay? Okay. Not because you'll get in trouble, but because you won't believe that the Pacers should exist. More to get to. Matt Barris, traffic.
All right, crash on the west side. This is South Harding Street at Troy Avenue. Also on the south side, northbound 65, slow after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That is a construction zone. A stall on the south side. It's on the exit ramp from westbound 465 to I-69. That's a construction closure on the south side, southbound 65 at the south split. That's been postponed indefinitely. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month. Or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
The month of May is raced by at Miss M's Home and Garden and Sundown Gardens. JMV here. The June sales are on now. Shop the great high-quality products at both garden centers and save big this week. 20% off annuals and 30% off pottery at both locations. If you're shopping for Poly Patio Furniture, visit Miss M's in Bargersville. For 20% off their patio furniture, Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville. That's Sundown Gardens at 186th and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. Tell them JMV sent you.
Hello, this is Don Steffi, Executive Director for the Indianapolis Ballet, and I want to personally thank everyone who made this past season such a wonderful success. Whether single ticket buyers, subscribers, donors, volunteers, or corporate and foundation supporters, a sincere thank you is extended to you all from our board, staff, and dancers. Let's have another dance together next year, shall we? As we present a new season of great performances by your Indianapolis Ballet. Thank you.
Since we opened our doors, UC Bank has been committed to the communities we call home. Building financial wellness, UC is proud to offer customized lending strategies and innovative resources to our vibrant communities. UC Bank, building community one family, one street, one city at a time. Member FDIC.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, if you're waking up a little sleep deprived, you're not the only one. What Carmel officials are saying about a man who used to work for the city and is now in trouble with the law, and where gas prices are at this morning. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis on a Thursday morning. It's 7 o'clock.
A disaster in India. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A plane went down in flames.
It crashed literally within about a minute after takeoff. We've seen some very strong videos of fireballs, various scenes of carnage coming from that location.
Fox's Greg Palcow. We don't know yet the fate of all the passengers and crew. More than 240 were on board the Air India flight from Ahmedabad to London.
We've seen amateur video of bodies being rolled out on stretchers. One part of the plane seems to be intact. It's basically sticking into the top of a building.
It's also way too early to know what went wrong. The plane was a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. The concern is growing about Iran's nuclear program and building weapons, which President Trump says he won't allow. Iran said today not only will it not stop enriching uranium like the U.S. demands in ongoing talks, and will open a new enrichment site to make nuclear fuel, and so Israel may take action.
According to a senior Iranian official, a friendly country in the region has alerted them to a possible Israeli attack. It follows U.S. media reports that Israel is preparing to strike Iran, even without support from Washington. The Iranian official told Reuters that the rising tensions in the region are psychological warfare and aimed at putting pressure on Iranians ahead of nuclear talks with the United States. Israel says reports that it's preparing an imminent strike against Iran are fake news.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. For a second night, there's a curfew in downtown Los Angeles, putting a lid on the protest after 6 days of demonstrations that have also spread to many other cities, angry over illegal immigration raids. Marines will soon join National Guard troops to protect federal buildings and agents. President Trump says
we are going to have law and order in our country.
A federal judge will hold a hearing today on California's challenge trying to stop that Trump troop deployment. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
2 wins away from making Indianapolis title town. Your radar is clear. It's 65 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. We're going up to 86. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Gainbridge Fieldhouse was a jubilant place on Wednesday night. Here's John Harris.
That's the sound of Indiana Pacer fans enjoying their team taking a 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals by knocking off the Oklahoma City Thunder 116-107. This fan believed the key to the game was Pacer guard Andrew Nembhard.
Andrew Nembhard playing D on Shea. That's it. That is all of it. It starts there and it explodes from there.
He held the Thunder's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to 24 points after Shea had more than 30 points in each of the first 2 games. Game 4 is Friday night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for an 8:30 Eastern tip-off. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Another woman has come forward accusing Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett of creating a workplace where sexual harassment was normalized.
I personally was having a trauma response every time I walked into the office.
That's former Hogsett employee Maggie Adams McBride speaking with Wish TV. She says all of this behavior centers on the actions of Hogsett's former deputy mayor, Thomas Cook.
Thomas had been told there was an HR recommendation that he should have been fired and that he wasn't for 68 days. And this person, from what I understood, had a similar recommendation and stayed in their place for 62 days.
Now, another woman that would agree with Maggie Adams McBride's claims would be Lauren Roberts, and she was kicked out of a council meeting on Monday. The man that kicked her out, Vop Osili, who's the president of the council, says now he has regrets about that.
Users like Joe Hogsett.
You are now done.
Meanwhile, the Republican
Roberts,
I am
you
not
are done. Yes, you
Meanwhile,
are.
the Republican members of this
So
council
that is when Osley kicked her out. On Wednesday, he issued a statement saying he is regretful. And on Monday, Roberts will speak to a separate council meeting about her experience being sexually harassed. A domestic incident leads to the firing of Carmel's infrastructure officer. Here's Chris Davis.
It was May 23rd when members of Jeremy Cashman's family called police in Noblesville, and they responded to the house where they learned that Cashman had been on a tirade. The family says cursing, yelling, and even assaulting them. It was after that arrest that the city conducted their own review of the situation. And now Mayor Sue Finkham has decided to fire Cashman. Finkham says in a prepared statement, I remain grateful for the contributions made during Mr. Cashman's tenure, and I am committed to ensuring a strong path forward. He faces trial on 2 counts of domestic battery December 16th. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices keep dropping in the city of Indianapolis. You could fill up for about $2.87 a gallon on the west side this morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's up, Ryan? Looking at the south side, westbound 465. Stall on the exit to I-69. Northbound 65 slow before and after Raymond Street because of construction. Inbound 69 slow from 96th Street down to 82nd. And a crash on the south side, Harding at Troy. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. My gosh, you've been gone so long. What's going on?
I just took a couple days off. I enjoyed myself. It's a good time. I'm glad to be back.
Good to have you back. What's happening?
Well, thank you. We're going to have some hazy sunshine for the day today. It is going to be a little bit more humid and warm with temperatures climbing into the mid-80s this afternoon. Clouds increase later today, especially tonight, with low temperatures falling to 67. On Friday, we're going to look for mainly cloudy skies, a chance for some showers and thunderstorms possible, especially later in the afternoon and early evening. Temps on Friday near 80, and heading into the weekend, scattered showers and thunderstorms possible Saturday and Sunday, with high temperatures right around 81.
That is Tara Hastings. You know, Marcus Bailey was at the game last night.
Oh, I know.
And they won. The Pacers do win.
Did.
And that means that Marcus is going to think it was because of him.
Probably.
So you know that Marcus is
like
going to be
the
all
lucky
up
charm.
in your stuff over the next couple of days, you know,
Yes.
trying to get, like, because his presence, it brings victory. He's going to walk up to you and be like, hey, just remember, we do it in Fahrenheit, not Celsius. He's going to give you the finger guns. He's going to walk, like, that's going to be him. He's going to be impossible.
Oh, yes. He's going to be flying high tomorrow, too. I know. He's going to come in. He's going to tell all the stories. Oh, my gosh, it was amazing. Yes.
Right.
He is the lucky charm, apparently.
Is that where we're at? Marcus Bailey is the lucky charm?
Apparently. Well, that just means he has to go to Friday night's game, too, right? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's happening.
I don't think so.
Now, I do think that Friday night's game is going to actually have. I think those ticket prices are now going to go up. I do.
Probably. Mm-hmm.
My take. But
What is the courtside ones were like? What, $50,000 or something? I thought.
well,
we
for
reported.
you, yeah, right.
For me.
Mm-hmm. I saw where you could be like second row for like $8,000 a ticket.
Jeez.
Right. I think if the Pacers want to win, they have to send you and me.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
Right. We'll
I
hype up
agree.
the crowd.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We'll enjoy the snacks.
Oh, yes. The snacks.
So,
all the snacks.
just putting it out there, Pacers. Do you want to win or do you want to fail this city? And if you want to win, Tara and Tony courtside. It's the only way to go.
Oh, yeah. Boom, baby.
Oh, you can't. No, that's a registered trademark. Oh, we lost the deal. Son of a. You really are bringing this ship down, Hastings.
I am, aren't I? I know.
Good Lord. Go. Live your life. Do your thing. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. Thank you. 64 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:09. So yes, a victorious group called the Indiana Pacers. They are the ones who take Game 3, 116 to 107. Mathurin with 27 points off the bench. Remember, in the start of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks, Mathurin was like non-existent. It wasn't until Game 5 that he started, I think it was Game 5, he started hitting again. 27 points. He was the high scorer of the game. Halliburton at 22. We said it yesterday. Halliburton has to be more than 20. Siakam at 21. But Nesmith, Turner's, I always say Nesmith, I know, and Nebhart, they combined had 24 points. That is not the day you want, and still victorious. TJ McConnell's 10, though, is the story. TJ McConnell's 10 points, 5 steals, 5 assists. That's the spark. That's the move, man. That's the energy, and everything else feeds off of it. It really does. It absolutely does. He can spark the team. But his spark doesn't mean anything if Halliburton doesn't have those 20. He needs the 20. That's where the contention is. Putting the Pacers in contention. Absolutely. 1,000%. You're not going to get as lucky as Game 1, and Game 2 proved it. Game 3, 22 points. Because it's attention. By the way, 11 assists, 9 rebounds from Halliburton. I mean, he's one away from the triple-double. It's a very impressive evening, and 2 steals. So even if his point total isn't in the 30s, Halliburton is so dominating the court, and your focus is on him that other guys get the opportunity. Halliburton played for 36 minutes. Mathurin played for 22 and got 27 points. You're so paying attention to what Halliburton's doing. You're giving guys like Mathurin the opportunity. Perfect. Man, you can't. That is exactly what you would want. I mean, that is how you make the Thunder have to move, how you wear them down. They don't know where to go. You can get them from anywhere. And the next thing you know, there's McConnell just stealing like it's his job. And when he does, it's demoralizing for the other team. That's the part of it. It's not like, wow, 5 steals. It's although admittedly, this 10-5-5 from McConnell, 10 points, 5 steals, 5 assists, is the most in a final since 1973. I mean, that's just nuts. But McConnell demoralizes because everybody underrates him. They're like, he's not going to do anything. They forget about him. They dismiss him. And then this. And so now they're going to have to spend more time on him. They still have to focus on Halliburton. Oh, wait, what did Mathurin do? That means to me, Game 4, Obi Toppin. It's all Obi Toppin and Siakam, nothing but opportunity. And I did see Charles Barkley screaming at Miles Turner, get your big butt inside. Barkley does it better, but you might see that it creates some opportunity for Turner as well. Don't be worrying about threes where he was 1 for 4. Go slam. Game 4, Friday night. Get your tickets. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
911, what's your emergency?
In an emergency, voice is best.
Yeah, I told you what was going to happen if you didn't.
But what if you can't call?
Escalated domestic disturbance reported east of
downtown. Be advised, alert was received by a 911 emergency text. Caller is hiding in a closet and can't use her voice.
When the situation is too dangerous to make a call, text to 911 Capability Now helps Hoosiers. But in most emergencies, voice is still best.
My sister's not breathing. Please hurry.
In the last 5 years, Hoosiers have used text capability in over 1 million 911 sessions. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations. Thanks to the statewide 911 board, Indiana leads the nation with all 92 counties having in- and outbound text capability. For more, visit in911.net.
It's good to hear your voice. Help is on the way.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Matt Baer, did I hear right that Slaw Fest is this weekend at Sullivan Hardware and Garden?
I don't know. I would suggest that you did if you heard rumblings of it.
I heard that Slaw Fest, the Festival of Coleslaw, is happening this weekend at Sullivan Hardware and Garden. And if it is, and it is on Flag Day, that's where you'll find me. I'm going to bring my own lawn chair, and I'm going to bring a funnel, and people are just going to put slaw in there, and I'm just going to eat slaw through a funnel.
Slaw funnel.
Slaw funnel.
Woo!
I saw Slaw funnel open up for Duran Duran in 1992.
They weren't that good. I thought they kind of lost the edge.
Honestly, you're a hard critic.
I know. It's difficult. You're talking about Sullivan's at 71st and Keystone, right?
What other Sullivans would I be talking about? Cicero?
49th and Penn.
Yeah, I know. It's too many locations, too much money. Sullivan's, they don't pay me anything.
Me? The south side, westbound 465. Still on the exit 2 I-69. A disabled vehicle. Ramps open. Everything's okay. Just be careful on that exit. Crash south side, Harding Street at Troy Avenue. Northbound 65 slow before and after Raymond Street. That's a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by Fiesel Roofing. A new roof can be expensive, so let it help pay you back. A Fiesel solar roof cuts energy bills and saves money. Go to FieselINC.com to save $2,000 off your solar roof. That's FieselINC.com. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Right now we have 64 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
You probably have a dream retirement in mind, but do you know how to get there? The difference between dreaming and living your ideal retirement comes down to having the right plan. And that's where Howard Bailey Financial can help. At Howard Bailey Financial, we've created a free retirement toolkit to help you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Text DREAM to 888-262-1104 to download your free retirement toolkit that includes a retirement checklist, Social Security decisions guide, estate planning guide, and more. We want your dream retirement to be your reality. And it starts by texting DREAM to 888-262-1104. Let us help you take the next step toward the retirement of your dreams. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with me.
The popcorn moment. Brought to you by Boer Remodeling, BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com. Perhaps you want a place for that popcorn. How about a basement that isn't just some dumping ground, but actually a part of the house you can use? How about a kitchen where you can really make the popcorn? Because we're grown-ups. We don't microwave popcorn. We do it the way nature intended, utilizing heat right from the stove, and Boer Remodeling can help make that happen. With that full remodel, getting you more cabinet space, more countertop space, really just upgrading the space and creating value, not just the value of your home when you go to sell it, but the value of your life as you're living in it because you're not moving. This is your home, and you know you're going to be there with the family, hosting events, enjoying your life for a good long time. Make it a home worth enjoying. Boer Remodeling, their 5-step process from start to finish, from the initial consultation, and you should call now and get that consultation, to the final bit of construction, means you know what's happening every step of the way. You're getting exactly what you want, and you are going to be thrilled with the results. You've got the workmanship. They stand behind it with a 2-year workmanship guarantee, the best materials, the most skilled craftsmen. That's what Boer Remodeling does. They deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude. They've done great work for me. Let them do great work for you. Now is the time to make the call. Boer Remodeling. Call them right now. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. 852-5546 or online at Boer. Booher. BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. Man, there's a lot. And I don't want to dig in too much to the riot stuff. Although President Trump was there at the Kennedy Center. They've been redoing it, revamping things. And he was on the red carpet with the First Lady.
Mr. President, will you be pulling back on the military? Will you be pulling back on the military presence in Los Angeles and in California soon? What's the barometer you're using?
We're going to be there, absolutely. If we weren't there, if we didn't bring in the National Guard and the Marines, you would probably have a city that was burning to the ground, just like it was a number of months ago with the housing. You would have had a big problem there. If we weren't, in fact, the police chief said so much. If you look at what his statements were, he said, we're very lucky to have had them. If we weren't there, that city would have been burning to the ground, would be burning right now.
Mr. President, what do you think of
Now, I don't disagree that there would have been more problems if you didn't bring a presence, because as the data shows, you cannot let these things foment. You can't be like, well, just let them get it out of their system. They don't. It emboldens and enables more people. These things have to be stopped before they get a chance to start. And even so, there's been damage. But if the president wants to say that it has stopped, it hasn't. It's really important that we're honest about these things. And this has spread to other cities, Chicago, Atlanta, multiple scuffles with immigrations and customs enforcement agents and law enforcement in New York just yesterday. New York, by the way, has a primary for their Democratic primary in 2 weeks. And their choices are Andrew Cuomo, the disgraced governor who let grandma die in nursing homes, and this communist who wants the city to take over grocery stores. Goodbye bodegas. And goodbye being able to get access to food, because government can't run grocery stores. They're just not capable. They're not competent. And no socialist would understand how to get food to people. They get food to themselves, just not to the people. That's why they stand on bread lines. And yet you have the most ignorant in society thinking that bread lines are good things. Who's ignorant?
You know, it's funny, sometimes American journalists talk about how bad a country is because people are lining up for food. That's a good thing. In other countries, people don't line up for food. The rich get the food and the poor starve to death.
What's better? You wait for bread or bread waits for you? Which one's better? If you walk into a store and you have to wait 6 hours for a loaf of bread, or you walk into a store and a loaf of bread has been waiting 6 hours for you, which one is better? God. These people are beyond ignorant. They're just ridiculous. All you commies, all you anti-capitalist fools, I'm a democratic socialist. No, you're a moron who wants people to starve and die. There is no place for you in our political spectrum. You should be laughed at and laughed out of the room. You don't have a plan. You don't have a strategy. You're not even man enough or woman enough to admit that you're a communist. You utilize this democratic socialist label like somehow you're fooling somebody. You wimps. Gosh, I only hope you don't procreate. But that actually wasn't the whole thing I was going to get to. That wasn't it. I did want to get to this was MSN. You know what? I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hold off on the MSNBC thing. hold off on the MSNBC thing. I do want to discuss Vop Osili, the president of the Indianapolis City County Council, who threw out Laura Roberts while she was making her statement in Monday's meeting about the impropriety of Joe Hogsett, the mayor, and Thomas Carl Cook, the former deputy mayor and former chief of staff. The sexual impropriety, the improper sexual relationships, the improper texting from Joe Hogsett, and she is discussing it, and Vop Osili was so offended, he threw her out. Now, I thought she violated some rule. I thought there was a problem because there could be a reason to throw somebody out of one of these meetings. But as you go over it, nope. Vop just felt uncomfortable. And now Vop Osili regrets the trauma to Ms. Roberts and her supporters. An already difficult moment for a survivor was made even harder, and has now invited her back to speak in front of the council. You understand, this is because Kyla Russell, Max Lewis, reporters, everyone here at WIBC, we've been talking about this. More people are now discussing this story, and good. We have a massive issue in Indianapolis of how this mayor and his administration treats people, and how this mayor and this administration don't care, and how they've embarrassed this city and embarrassed themselves. And now we have a Democrat on the council, a Republican on the council, and this worthless communist named Jesse Brown, who is on the council, good Lord, Indy, saying that he should resign. And of course, Hogsett should resign. So should Dan Parker. And so should Jesse Brown for his support of Hamas. But I'll get to that later. That's my take. That Vop Osili couldn't read the room. That Vop Osili wants to say, the president of the council, that he's still not there on asking Hogsett to resign. Your instincts, President Osili, president of the City County Council, are horrific. Terrible. Awful. Or was it that you weren't sure how to act because you didn't know what was going to be in it for you? I mean, was that a part of it? It's just a guess right now. I make no accusation. Were you like, well, do I throw him out? Do I not throw him out? And, oh my gosh, it's going to backfire, so I could just twist over here and I could show what a caring man I am. Bad day. As I said it the other day, bad day for Vop Osili. Certainly a bad day for all the women's groups and women leaders in Indianapolis who have said zero. Literally zero. It's really embarrassing. But glad to see the reporting. I'm curious to see if Lauren Roberts will accept. Let's hear what she has to say. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's going on, Matt?
Construction slowdown on the south side is northbound 65 beginning at South Keystone Avenue up to Troy Avenue, and then slow again Raymond Street into the south split. A little bit of slow on northbound before 465. Inbound 69 slow from 106th Street to 82nd. Crash on the south side Harding Street at Troy Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of the best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it today. We will recap a wild night in Indianapolis, and Rob Kendall flips out and goes off the rails. Don't miss it, 3 o'clock.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations and choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit indiedecorativeconcrete.com.
Think of it as WIBC on 2x speed. Big opinions, great moments, and just enough chaos. The WIBC Mashup Podcast brings it all together in one fast, fun listen. New episode each weekday. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
There was a plane crash today and more than 200 people were on board. Your radar is clear at 65 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 86 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 7:31. It happened in India, and the flight was headed to London.
The Boeing 787 was carrying 244 people when it came down 5 minutes after takeoff. It's said to have crashed in a residential area. Images on social media show huge plumes of black smoke rising high into the air. The rear and the burned-out fuselage of an aircraft are seen partially buried in a building.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage reporting. ICE protests are happening across the country, including last night in Seattle, Washington.
Police have a line that's formed, and they're coming down through the streets here. And I believe they're using those less lethal rounds to break up this protest and this bonfire. It looks like they are spraying either pepper spray or some sort of mace as well.
Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling reporting. Federal agents say no matter how many people are protesting or were there protesting, they'll continue to enforce immigration laws. In Detroit, Michigan ICE agents say they're making progress.
Saying they've arrested a convicted murderer and convicted arsonist in the same day. And outside the federal building downtown, another round of demonstrations as organizers work to shed light on activity in the city's southwest section, including a member of city council.
That's Fox 2 Detroit's Dave Kitchen reporting from downtown Detroit. Counties have been footing the bill for an unpaid jail debt in Indiana. Johnette Cruz explains.
A multi-million-dollar state deficit is being covered by county taxpayers. The Indiana Department of Corrections is $12.7 million behind on payments to county jails for housing state-sentenced felons. Officials in counties like Allen and Elkhart say that shortfall forces them to cover state costs with local property tax dollars. For some, the missing funds could have paid for several new jail officers. While the state plans to start sending back payments on July 1st, a new reimbursement rate of $42 a day still fall short of what many sheriffs say the actual daily cost is to house an inmate. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And Indianapolis City County Council President Vop Osili said Wednesday that he is regretful. John Herrick explains why.
Ms. Roberts, Joe Hogsett. You are now done. Meanwhile, the Republican...
That's Osili in a Monday night council meeting telling Lauren Roberts that she needs to wrap up her comments about how the city handled its investigation into Mayor Joe Hogsett and his deputy mayor on sexual harassment accusations. Osili now says he shouldn't have handled the meeting that way. Rather, he says he should have called a recess, created space for calm, and shown a sensitivity in that emotionally charged moment. Now he says he failed Roberts, his fellow counselors, and those who attended the meeting. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Pacers bench delivered in a big way in Game 3 of the NBA Finals, led by Benedict Mathurin's 27 points in a 116-107 win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. After the game, Tyrese Halliburton spoke about Mathurin's impact.
I feel like he's had a great series, honestly, and that was a big game and huge minutes for us, and it's a guy that we missed heavily last year in our run, and we can consistently talked about it, all year, how important it's going to be.
And head coach Rick Carlisle called Wednesday night's win a total team effort.
Mathurin jumped in there and immediately was aggressive and got the ball in the basket. And, look, this is the kind of team that we are. We need everybody.
Indiana's bench 49-18 over Oklahoma City's bench. Guard TJ McConnell says there's no time to celebrate. It's all about getting ready for Game 4.
Yeah, we've got to match the energy. We know we're going to get their best punch, but we need this crowd to be just as good as they were tonight.
I'm sure they will be. And TJ McConnell speaking to the Elevance Health Radio Network after the game. Friday night's Game 4, 8:30 at the Fieldhouse. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:35, traffic on the fives. Here's Matt Baer.
Inbound 69 stop and go traffic, 106th Street, 282nd. Northbound 65 south side, slow after Southport Road up to South Keystone Avenue, then stop and go traffic. Raymond Street into the south split. That is a construction zone. By the way, we were looking at a full closure of southbound 65 on the south side this weekend. That closure has been postponed. Weekend construction only, but it has been postponed indefinitely. You can find more at WIBC traffic information right there. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 65 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the Marketplace, I didn't mean to bring you more nightmare fuel, but it showed up in my feed, so now you have to be a part of it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you. The Marketplace over there at Facebook has really interesting stuff. When I'm clearing my head, I'm trying to figure out what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace, the Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Honestly, it's your money waiting for you. The Attorney General's just holding on to it. Take your money. Would you please? IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text my name, Tony. Text my name, Tony, to 46220 and get started. So the Marketplace has cool stuff, odd stuff, interesting stuff, strange stuff, weird stuff. All sorts of stuff is on the Marketplace. And sometimes collectibles. Is this one of your collectibles right here? Matt Baer, do you like the ice cream?
No, I love the ice cream. So good.
You love it. You don't eat it.
Melty, getting on your hands, man. Sticky. It's delicious. Mm-hmm.
Could you not be like that at
No,
all?
I love the ice cream. I love the sugar.
Oh, all right. You're making it awkward.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Just my love for ice cream. What do we do with ice cream, man?
Well, according to this post right here, this is early 1900s ice cream advertising. It's a paper mache ice cream advertisement for Graham's ice cream. And so they fashioned a bunny rabbit out of it. It says, "Oh, looky, Graham's ice cream." The rabbit has seen better days. If you ever saw Donnie Darko.
Oh, no. No. Oh, yeah, that's nightmare stuff right there, man. With the bunny rabbit and the rabbit suit and the guy just creepily looking over.
Right.
Yeah, bad. Ooh.
This is Frank's very awkward cousin, Sven. And Sven has seen better days.
Yeah, he's got a lazy eye.
He's got a lazy eye. His nose is kind of ripped off.
It's gone.
He's peeling everywhere. If I saw this rabbit in someone's house, I would immediately leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would rather see a blood-dripping meat cleaver in someone's hand than see this when I walk into your home.
This is zombie rabbit right here. This rabbit has a disease of rabies or something worse, and it will
This
spread.
is rabies zombie rabbit. That is correct.
Rabies zombie rabbit. Yeah.
This was Graham's was in Nebraska, according to the listing. Developed what has to become the modern-day ice cream truck. This person found it in North Carolina. It's 10 inches tall. They brought it to Indiana. It is now in Noblesville, where it should be buried and forgotten about.
You would have had to smuggle this thing. So bad.
Scare children with this rabbit.
Oh, man, on the chest it says, "Oh, loogie." Like,
Yeah.
oh, loogie,
It's
Graham's
loogie.
ice cream.
It's not "oh loogie." It's supposed to say "oh looky."
Hawk a loogie for Graham's ice cream. That's a great advertising campaign right there. Kids.
Yep. This bunny rabbit, which is, by the way, both eyes are looking to the right, although like one eye is more up than the other one. Like it's not given side eye. It knows something's coming for it.
This poor rabbit.
Like hell trying to return it. You're right. This thing has clearly escaped from one of the rings, and now the demons are out looking for it, trying to bring it back.
It gives a Clockwork Orange vibe during the torture scene when they push the eyes open. I don't know. It just makes me think of that.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it was invoking. 30 years before the film came out.
Yes. Yes, it was. Graham's.
This freaky rabbit, early 1900s ice cream advertising, is on sale in Noblesville for $75. Are you in or are you out, Matt Bear?
Peter Cottonkill. I am so out of this right now. I don't want this thing in my home for $10 or for free. I just don't want
Hey,
it.
Tony. He really needs to bring down his price because this posting has been up for a while. We did this when you were out one day.
No!
Yeah.
Craig did this?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Well over a month ago, so it's not selling.
I
Wait a
completely
second.
forgotten,
Craig-
so I didn't know. I had no idea.
Craig, who fills in for the morning show when I'm out, he did this bunny?
Yeah. Yeah.
No way.
Still for sale.
So yeah, bring it. They need to bring down the price.
First of all, great minds. Secondly, oh yeah, you do.
Oh,
Yeah, you-
loogie.
Wow. I didn't know. That is great.
Yes.
That is great. I did not double check that. I did not consider double checking that we would have overlap in the weirdo stuff we would find on the marketplace. Good on Craig Collins right there.
I need to find out if that lady with the toe has sold her stuff.
Yeah, well. By the way, only on Tony Katz in the Morning News will you hear, I need to find out if that lady with the toe sold her stuff.
Absolutely.
Right?
That poor thing.
Totally something you'd expect from Jason Hammer. No, you heard it from Showbiz Carl right there. Yeah. So $75 is still a no.
I said what? I thought it was 10.
No. It should be 10.
Oh, good Lord.
They're asking 75.
You get to go get it, too.
Yeah. That's gross.
It's nasty.
Find everything we do on the marketplace over at WIBC.com. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Man, the temperatures are heating up. That's why you need Masters Heating and Cooling to keep you very cool all summer long. I've used Masters Heating and Cooling to put a system in my house, to service the system in my house, and they have done great work for me. Let them do great work for you. David, the general manager, that whole team, really an incredible group, and they will take good care of you, and they will make sure the job is done right. They'll come back and make sure that you are satisfied. And they've got great deals on AC systems. And of course, when winter comes, they're going to take care of your heating needs as well. Masters Heating and Cooling is right here in Central Indiana, taking care of people in Central Indiana and making sure you're getting that service that you deserve. They also have very flexible financing options and 24-hour emergency services. That's important. 24/7, you know you're taken care of. Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling today about your HVAC needs. Let them be of service to you. 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-567-9505. We're talking about Masters Heating and Cooling. 567-9505 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Maybe the spring storms, busy spring storms tore up your roof. Call Concord Exteriors, 317 Roofing. Concord Exteriors is now offering free inspections to assess the condition of your home, from full replacements to leaky roofs. Concord Exteriors knows the insurance process and will make your home as good as new. And they will be as fast as possible. Help your home find the fountain of roof. Trust a company that was here before the storm and will be long after. Call 317 Roofing. That's 317 Roofing, or go to ConcordExteriors.com. Concord Exteriors, referred for a reason for over 15 years.
Traffic on the 5s, and Matthew Bear, what's going on?
What up? Looking at the northwest side, northbound 465, stop and go from 79 to 865. Inbound 69 slows from 106th Street down to 82nd. Northbound 65, stop and go traffic from 465 up to the south split. That is a construction delay, and right now it's running us about 8 additional minutes. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 65 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
It's JMV, and June sales are here at Miss M's Home and Garden. 20% off all annuals, 30% off all pottery, and 20% off patio furniture. State Road 135 in Bargersville.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Wicked is flying back to Indianapolis June 18th through July 6th at the Old National Center. Get tickets at BroadwayInIndianapolis.com. That's BroadwayInIndianapolis.com.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024
Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP 105-195. Nautilus MSRP 60-195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Shouldn't be understated that as people went to Game 3, the Pacers defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder, which is fantastic news. The Pacers are up 2-1. And just a reminder, Skip Bayless, sports guy, such an expert in the sports. He said Thunder in 4. He said a Thunder sweep. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. And then the Pacers take Game 1, and he says Thunder in 5. And I wrote that Skip Bayless is the Jim Cramer of sports. Well, now the Pacers are up 2-1, and I'm sure Skip Bayless, without any hesitation, will say Thunder in 6. These people. Skip Bayless has made a career out of being wrong, out of being a human punching bag. He is the Alan Colmes of sports. Except Alan Colmes, for all his progressivism, rest his soul, by the way, everything I ever heard about that man, he was an absolutely decent dude and was extremely helpful to people in their careers and finding opportunities. Hannity and Colmes, that Alan Colmes is who I'm talking about. I never met him. Every single story I have ever heard about Alan Colmes was that was a nice guy. Politically, big hot mess. But as a human being, bravo. I don't know if that is said about Skip Bayless. I do know that Bayless is always wrong. He is the Jim Cramer of sports. But he's not as wrong as the people who are out there protesting. Oh, they're opposed to ICE raids, and they're opposed to us noticing that illegal immigration exists. These people are just destructive people. But they were there with these signs that were anti-capitalist. It was the Party for Socialism and Liberation. These are communists. It's all wordplay. They really believe still that they can manipulate you to thinking that somehow they want something different. They're communists. They are who they are. Ignorant and awful and really just a mess for you and your future and your kids' future. And they're waving these anti-capitalist signs for people who spent their money to go see the Pacers. The people who spent their money to go see the Pacers were very happy that they had the opportunity to do so. They got to choose what entertainment they were interested in, and they said that this price is worth it. It wasn't set by government. It was set by the market. The prices were higher, and they came down. I guess not enough tickets had sold, or at that price they weren't selling. They were, the prices came down, whatever the reason is. Right? I'm not sure of all the market forces that go into the ticketing process. But it's you have these people by the thousands going to see the Pacers. They chose their entertainment and they chose what they spent. Capitalism. Why are there these people across the street opposed to that? What's wrong with them? Why are they so broken? Why are they so angry and so bitter? And why do they think that Hoosiers can't make up their own minds about how they spend their money? After all, they earn the money. No. The Party for Socialism and Liberation, all of these communists, Jesse Brown, City County Council, all of them, don't believe that you should have a say with your dollar. They should have a say with your dollar. And then they'll say things like, why should you even have to work? Why do you have a boss? You should have ownership in the thing. You didn't create the thing. You should have ownership in the thing, and everything should be spread equally, and the government should take care of. It always goes the same way. Oh, we have such good intentions. Oh, we have such, we're just going to bring everybody together and we believe in real equality. Communism doesn't inspire equality. It inspires 3 people on top and everybody else trying to figure out where they're going to find the next scrap of food. You know, it's the, and I'll paraphrase the joke from Ronald Reagan. In the Soviet Union, a guy goes to the office and says, goes to buy a refrigerator. Goes to buy a refrigerator, and the refrigerator guy says, well, we'll be able to deliver that in 10 years. And the guy goes, 10 years? Yeah, we'll deliver it on June 5th. 10 years from now on June 5th. And the guy says, well, morning or afternoon? And the refrigerator guy says, it's 10 years from now. What does it matter, morning or afternoon? And the guy says, well, the plumber's coming in the morning. That's what the Party of Socialism and Liberation will bring you. That's what Jesse Brown will bring you. And everybody who went to the Pacers game would rather be able to buy their refrigerator today and have it delivered today or tomorrow and then spend their money on a Pacers game. Capitalism is better. Socialism is awful. Communism is evil and has only ever inspired a prayer for a quick and painless death. Jesse Brown is wrong. The Party for Socialism and Liberation is wrong. The Liberation Center of Indy is wrong. These people are not in favor of you making your choices. What they're in favor of is destructive. Give them no time, give them no money, and don't you ever give them your vote. Go Pacers, and don't forget to get your gear. Matt Barris, traffic.
All right, we're looking at Morris and Lyndhurst on the west side. Water main break in that area. Drivers should avoid the area. And that northbound 465 slow from 86th Street up to 865. Construction slow down south side, northbound 65 after 465 into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen Report.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. We are cleaning out inventory. Save up to 50% off Lazy Boys, Smith Brothers, and Flex Steel. And if it's in stock, save up to an extra 25% off. Save up to 20% off Berlin Gardens and Pollywood Outdoor Furniture. And save up to 50% off floor sample mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic. First come, first serve. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month, or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what the Indiana Pacers did last night in the NBA Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder, what the case of a missing girl in Maryland has to do with Indiana, and what the head of the Indianapolis City County Council regrets. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
It's heartbreaking beyond words. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what India's prime minister is calling the plane crash in the city of Ahmedabad. The Air India flight to London went down seconds after takeoff, crashed in a fiery explosion into a building. The city's police commissioner just said it appears there are no survivors.
And a report on the ground that some 30 bodies, 30 killed, were pulled from a building that was hit by the plane. It remains to be seen whether the individuals were actually killed inside the building or they were extracted from the plane.
There were more than 240 passengers and crew on board, and Fox's Greg Palcott also reports.
It's a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. It has never had an accident since its inception in service in 2009.
Way too early to know what went wrong on the Air India flight. Iran's nuclear program under further scrutiny. The UN's nuclear watchdog says Iran in violation as it refuses to stop enriching uranium to make nuclear fuel and plans to build a new enrichment site. President Trump says he won't let Iran build weapons, and there are reports Israel may be ready to attack Iran's nuclear sites. It's been quiet early this morning in Los Angeles. A curfew in place downtown a second night as the anger over illegal immigration raids spreads.
We saw protests last night in Seattle, in Las Vegas, in San Antonio, Texas, and, of course, in New York City. If there is any good news to all of that, it's that law enforcement in all of those cities appeared to have a good handle on the protests, none of which really got out of hand in the way that we have seen some of the protests here in L.A.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt. Marines will soon join National Guard troops President Trump deployed. He just posted on Truth Social, without the military, Los Angeles would be a crime scene like we haven't seen in years. Well, California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom is fighting that deployment as illegal and immoral in federal court, inflaming the situation. There'll be a hearing on that today. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A total team effort equals a 2-1 series lead in the NBA Finals. Your radar is clear at 66 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 86 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. The Indiana Pacers are now 2 wins away from an NBA championship. Here's John Herring.
Going into Game 3 of the NBA Finals, Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle said that the Pacer crowd at Gainbridge Fieldhouse had to be loud. He got that Wednesday night with his team's 116-107 win over the Oklahoma City Thunder to take a 2-1 series lead in the NBA Finals. He also got contributions from 9 different players who scored at least 1 point, led by Benedict Matherin's 27 points.
Matherin jumped in there and immediately was aggressive and got the ball in the basket and
look, this is the kind of team that we are. We need everybody.
He also says they need this high-level play to continue Game 4 Friday night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
In the streets of downtown Indianapolis after the game, it was pure joy as fans were hugging and jumping and shouting.
Last time you saw me, I was yelling, I was spelling stuff out. I ain't got to spell it because they know it. In 49 states, it's just basketball. But this is
And the Pacers are trying for their first ever title. We'll see if that happens. Maryland police have charged 2 people in the disappearance and death of a 3-year-old girl named Nola Dinkins, who recently lived in Marion. On Tuesday, police issued an Amber Alert after Nola's mother, Darian Randall, reported her daughter's abduction.
Yesterday evening, after the Amber Alert was issued for a 3-year-old Nola Dinkins through Newcastle County Division of Police, after the mother reported her kidnapped in Newark, Delaware, an intensive investigation was immediately initiated.
That's Maryland State Police at a news conference on Wednesday. Maryland State Police then recovered a child's body in Cecil County, which they say is linked to the case. They have not officially said that that body is that of Dinkins. 105 years in prison for murder and attempted murder charges. Jarrett Lewis has more.
Indianapolis man Tony Miller Jr. is responsible for shooting and killing William Wilson and injuring his ex-girlfriend in November of 2022 on the city's Far East Side. Investigators say Miller shot Wilson in the head while he was sitting in his vehicle waiting to pick up Miller's daughter, along with the woman who was shot in the arm. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office said Miller was arrested after a license plate reader caught his truck near the scene of the shooting. Miller was then charged with murder and attempted murder. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And you may remember when a woman who has accused the former Deputy Chief Mayor, Thomas Cook, of sexual harassment was put out of a council meeting on Monday. Now, the man that put her out of that council meeting, President Vop Osili, says he has regrets.
It is never a pleasure to escort someone from our room, but we have a sense of order here, and we have rules that we have followed. Basically practices that we have followed for a very long time. And others have had to abide by those.
And Osley says he just needs to be better. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level on the Go and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan, we have a water main break on the west side. This is Morris at Lyndhurst, and now we are hearing about problems up in Noblesville. Northbound 37 crash just south of 146th Street. Traffic completely stopped right now. Again, this is northbound 37 Hamilton County before 146th Street. It is a crash. Please avoid. Northbound 65 south side, stop and go. South Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of road construction. Now we have a crash coming into downtown from the west side. It's eastbound 70 before West Street, blocking the right shoulder, slowing traffic back to Belmont. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We've got some hazy sunshine out there for you. Temperatures are going to be climbing into the mid-80s for the afternoon. And it's also going to be a touch humid as well. We'll go with highs around 86. Mainly cloudy skies later tonight. Lows will fall to 67. We've got some rain chances heading this way on Friday. We'll start off mostly cloudy and dry. And then into the afternoon and evening hours, a good chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Not anticipating any severe weather at all, but could see some maybe moderate to heavier pockets of rain at times. This weekend, we've got rain, really good chance on Saturday, lower 80s. And for Father's Day, partly cloudy, scattered showers, and a few thunderstorms with highs near 81.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Now, just really quickly, Saturday.
Yep.
What is that daytime weather like?
A good chance of some rain. I think much of the day on Saturday. Could see some showers and even a few pockets of thunderstorms. No severe weather anticipated, though.
So just a little bit of a drizzle.
A drizzle, yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because over at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, our friend Pat Sullivan, it's Slaw Fest. It's a celebration of coleslaw.
Coleslaw? Really?
Have you ever seen this? It is the most unbelievable thing, Tara Hastings, you will ever witness.
No, I've never seen this.
Grown men, grown women, there are 50 different kinds of coleslaw. People are drinking beer and eating coleslaw. And oddly enough, the best part of the event, they only have one bathroom. And so it's the fighting.
Nice.
You should. I will be there. You should go. You should go and sit, and we will eat coleslaw.
All right. Do they have like the more vinegary coleslaws? I'm not really into like the heavy mayonnaise-y coleslaw.
Maybe you're not listening. First off, you're not into heavy mayonnaise-y. How can you be from Indiana? Secondly, these people. You know that's what these East Coasters and West Coasters think. You know what I say to them? Feh.
What do you say?
Feh and a puh-puh. That's what I say to them. Secondly, they've got everything. Yeah. They have got you like a little bit of an Asian flair in your coleslaw? Boom. They've got it.
Really?
You want a coleslaw made with nothing but brisket? Boom! They've got that too.
They have brisket and coleslaw. Stop it.
No. It is a brisket. Somebody will have it. It'll be brisket slaw. It'll be all brisket, no slaw. That's the genius.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down now. I got it.
It is the celebration of coleslaw, and it is there, and you should come. And I don't get paid for this. I'm just being of service because clearly Pat Sullivan needs the money.
Clearly.
So I just don't want it to rain on their parade, and I want to be dry when I eat my slaw.
Gotcha. I will. I'll make it happen for you.
Thank you. Tara Hastings, Wish TV. Oh, excuse me, got all choked up. Meteorologist, thank you. 66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:09.
Warned that any protests on Saturday would be met with force. Can you clarify what kind of protest President Trump does support or find acceptable?
The president absolutely supports peaceful protests. He supports the First Amendment. He supports the right of Americans to make their voices heard. He does not support violence of any kind. He does not support assaulting law enforcement officers who are simply trying to do their job. It's very clear for the president what he supports and what he does not. Unfortunately for Democrats, that line has not been made clear, and they've allowed this unrest and this violence to continue, and the president has had to step in.
So if there were peaceful protests on Saturday for the military parade, President Trump would allow that?
Of course the president supports peaceful protests. What a stupid question. Raquel.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Caroline.
Caroline Levitt taking no prisoners right there. What a stupid question. There was a secondary question asked by, I don't know the name of the reporter, where it was just so silly of a gotcha, and she has gotten so much better at her presentation on this. And it's a comfort level. Being the press secretary and doing these briefings, not easy at all. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. And I said last week it was the best I'd ever seen her. And I wonder if she went back and looked at it and said, okay, that's the positioning. That's how you present. That's how you engage. That's how you detach yourself from the emotion of it. Handling it very, very well. And in Trump style, right? Other presidents might have a different style, press secretary. Very, very well handled. Very well handled by the Pacers, 116-107 over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Really, really great stuff. Game 4 is Friday night. You can get your tickets. Right now, I do not have tickets. I am not planning on going. Everything can change right there. And I only hope we don't have to worry about a Game 6. Now, when we talk about money for the city, I want a Game 6. Of course I do. I want to win it in Indianapolis. I want to see every hotel full, every restaurant full, every bar full, all across the state. And then I want to have a huge party all night long with absolutely no violence and no destruction and no looting. We can so set the standard, and we should be talking about it now. The party, if it goes to, listen, even if it's Game 5, still party all night. No violence, no looting, no destruction. That's all. And we don't have to climb any light posts to do it. We can party it out. And we should. But if it gets to Game 6 and they win here, We have to set the standard for the rest of the NBA, for the rest of the country. Here's how you win a championship. Here's how you party, and you don't destroy your city. That's it. This is so easy to do. But we should. We should be clear that the party goes all night long. Absolutely. Let people have fun. Enjoy. Don't get insane. Don't break anything. That's it. That is it. For sure. Meanwhile, we have to get there first. Game 4 is Friday night. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Applied Innovation customer Alicia Staley, office manager for McEnany Roofing, has reduced dependency on paper with a document management solution from Applied Innovation.
So it makes looking for documents pretty much effortless.
With this paperless solution and improved workflow, you recommend Applied Innovation?
Oh yes, I like to talk to a lot of different people. I'm a social butterfly, so as much as I can spread how wonderful they are, I definitely do. And I've never had such prompt customer service and care like this with any other company.
Your slogan, Innovative Solutions Since 1985, is perfect for your Applied Innovation partnership.
There's a lot of benefits. I have to say, number one, definitely a great partnership. 2, financial-wise, we have saved a lot of money by signing up with Applied Innovation.
Start your partnership and save money. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Traffic on the 5s and Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Hamilton County northbound 37, stay away from that from I-69 up to 146th Street. We do have a crash in that area heading northbound, and right now traffic is completely stopped from 146th Street back to 126th Street and a little bit beyond. Eastbound 70 on the west side into downtown, crash at West Street, and it's blocking the right shoulder with a little bit of slow back to Belmont Avenue. Northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic, South Keystone Avenue into the south split because of road construction. And a broken water main has shut down the intersection of Lyndhurst Drive and Moore Street. We have to stay clear. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 64 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time right now, 67 degrees. The time is 8:16.
Breaking news for the people of Boomtown. With Xfinity Mobile, the Wi-Fi is booming at home and on the go.
And an upgrade storm's on the way.
That's right. And with Xfinity Mobile Premium Unlimited, you can upgrade your phone when you want, up to 2 times a year.
Now, once customers catch wind of the guaranteed new device discount, it'll be the biggest upgrade storm in history.
Wow. Let's hear from our weatherman on the scene.
How's it looking out there, Rick?
Well, Bill, the Wi-Fi is still booming.
Now through September 30th, existing Xfinity Internet customers can get an unlimited line included for a year. Plus, ask how to get a free 5G phone. Learn more at XfinityMobile.com. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Unlimited line offer requires Xfinity 300 megabit internet or above. Taxes, fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data included with your data option. Data thresholds vary.
This Father's Day, let's take a moment to honor the men who lead with love, serve with strength, and point their families to Christ. In a world full of noise, godly fathers stand out, teaching us faith, patience, and what it means to walk in truth. Whether it's through quiet prayers, late-night talks, or simply showing up day after day, dads are a reflection of our Heavenly Father's heart. Hug your dad, call him if you can, and if your father's no longer here, thank God for the men He's placed in your life to guide you with wisdom and grace. LifeChurchIN.com.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
Any Doge cut is a good cut. I'm a fan of Doge. We should keep it going. We should be sending more rescission bills to the Senate, more to Congress from the White House. We've sent one, and we're not even really moving with it. I don't know what's taking them so dang long. Let's go. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. In case you don't know what a rescission bill is, this is about how to rescind spending. So if $100 billion got appropriated for name the thing, and we only spent $65 billion, well, the appropriation was for 100, so 100 has to go to the thing. That's how it works. But if you were to rescind it, bring some of that back, you can pass that legislation through Congress because spending starts in Congress. They're the power of the purse. You can bring that money back. So the White House, I believe, should have been sending in these rescission bills. We've had this conversation on Tony Katz today quite a few times. They haven't been. The only one we have is for like $9 billion, which is to take money back from NPR. And NPR doesn't deserve a dime. I know that there are probably people here in Indianapolis at NPR who are not happy to hear me say that. Means nothing. NPR does not deserve a single dime of taxpayer dollar. They don't deserve it. They have to compete just like everybody else. And no, I reject the idea that there is some value still created by NPR in rural America. It is a biased organization with a biased CEO. And the answer is go out there and raise the money. I'm not telling you no. Go raise the money. Go be in business. That is not my opposition. My opposition is paying you. My opposition is you getting paid by any level from the federal government, while I do not get that also as a radio host. We're both in radio. Why do I have to work harder than you? You only get $500,000 from the government? Well, let's start with $500,000 from me. $500,000 to WIBC, and they'll be like partially there in covering what it is to afford me because of everything I bring to the station. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please. It's a humble brag. What are you going to do? We need more of these bills. And I believe that's how you get the one big, beautiful bill passed, is by showing that you're serious about these rescission opportunities, bringing back this money, not spending this money, and then a budget that's going to come later that will really engage the cuts. But Doge, the story is right here, finding a 22.4% reduction in non-defense obligations. So they are now talking about slashing $25 billion. You're right. When you take a look at the deficits, when you take a look at debt, that isn't much. I wholeheartedly agree. But everything, every opportunity is better than none. Every single one. And you have to start somewhere. That's the story. You have to start somewhere. You have to say to yourself, all right, we at least have this. What now can we add to it? These are good things. And we are keeping our eyes on whether or not there's going to be military action that takes place regarding Iran and Israel. There have been voluntary departures of troops, dependents across the Mideast. Is this Iran looking to hit Israel? Is this Israel looking to hit Iranian nuclear facilities? U.S. troops in Iraq have been moved. We've seen oil prices go up. I'm not sure where we are. There was real talk that last night that attacks could be taking place. Hasn't happened yet, and I have not seen them as of this morning and what these could be. Jerusalem Post reporting that Iran is trying to downplay the tensions. Maybe, or if you trust them, that is. But then there's this. Israel's considering striking Iran in the coming days without U.S. support. This was MSNBC. Richard Haas on the subject.
Look, Jonathan, at the moment, you can prepare for military action, in this case Israel, and that also can be supportive of the negotiations. It focuses the Iranians on the alternative to a negotiation, and you can also be preparing for military action. I do not think the Israelis would use military force over American objections. I do not. If Donald Trump goes to Bibi Netanyahu, hold off. I simply do not believe any Israeli prime minister would act militarily here. I just don't buy that. The consequences of that would be too great. So I don't think we've yet reached that point. But yeah, because also you saw.
I don't know if I agree with that assessment. I think that if it was you and me on a bar stool, just having a conversation, we would agree that they would work in tandem. We would agree that they would work together and everybody would know what's going on. I don't agree that in this situation that Israel would say to the United States, all right, we'll hold off, if they thought there was a chance of Iran getting a nuclear weapon. I think they would hit. I don't think they would wait. And I don't think that Trump is going to ask. Now, you could argue, hey, I'm trying to work out a deal. I'm trying to get something done. I'm trying to get some peace where, I want the win, or all these kinds of things. I would argue that Steve Witkoff, the Middle East envoy, and Trump, they're kind of past that. Seeing what Iran is, seeing how Iran rejected them. And you heard Trump yesterday, as he's entering the Kennedy Center, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. So if there is some movement on that, some piece of information that makes Israel, the United States, the intelligence community, however you want to call it, think that Iran is closer. And not only do I think that the U.S. wouldn't ask, I think Trump would say, hey, got to do what you got to do. And they'd say, who wants a Diet Coke? Do I think Netanyahu would move without Trump's approval? I do. That's my take. You could disagree with it, but I think that that much of the relationship has indeed changed. That there's no way in a post-October 7th world that Israel won't move to protect itself if they feel it needed, regardless of where the U.S. is. And they'll just hope that the relationship remains. That's my take. Matt Bear has traffic.
All right, looking at northbound 65 slow from South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split because of road construction. We have an intersection closed on the west side. This is Lyndhurst and Morse. That's because of a water main break. No timetable on when that's going to reopen. Northbound 37 in Hamilton County, a crash at 146th Street that has us backed up to 126th. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
I'm not trying it all Thursday because of the U.S. Open. Casey, what are you talking about?
How relieved our listeners will be to hear that. Join us 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Do you have an idea for a book? Fiction, nonfiction, or a children's book? We can help you put it together and bring it to market at Dorrance Publishing. We have thousands of testimonials from people just like you that we've helped get their books sold in stores and online. We've even got a service called The Writer's Coach. It's perfect for people that have a book idea in their head and they just need someone to help them put it on paper. Dorrance Book Publishing has been helping people just like you who have a book idea, written or not, for over 100 years. Imagine being counted among the most famous authors in the world with your very own book. Call right now and let us help you turn a book idea into reality. It's easier than you think. You just need a little help. Call us now.
800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. That's 800-879-4098.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Have recent storms caused damage to your roofing or siding? Cochran Exteriors is now offering free inspections to assess the condition of your home, from blown-offs to full replacements. Cochran Exteriors knows the insurance process and will make your home as good as new as fast as possible. Trust a company that was here before the storm and will be long after. For your free, no-obligation consultation, schedule today at CochranExteriors.com or call 317-ROOFING. Cochran Exteriors, referred for a reason for over 15 years.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations and choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A crashed plane carrying 240 souls on board. Your radar is clear at 65 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today, 86. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. An Air India flight headed to London today crashed with hundreds of people on board. Police say the flight went down in the western city of Ahmedabad.
It looks like some form of catastrophic failure, which made it lose speed. Now, that could be one of the engines. It could be a whole host of different things.
And that is aviation expert Paul Edwards. He says the crash happened about 5 minutes after the takeoff, and the crash killed more than 240 people. Hundreds of protesters took to the streets of San Antonio, Texas, Wednesday night for what organizers are calling Take Back the Alamo.
They were carrying signs, they were chanting, saying that they won't stop using their voices until there's justice for all immigrants. These protesters took their voices to the streets, taking several laps around the main plaza while calling for justice for every human in the United States. Many of them saying that there is strength in numbers.
And that's Fox 29 San Antonio reporter Destiny Fuller. Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott has deployed the National Guard to help quell the violence. In Indianapolis,
They came to me and they said, we'll give you Georgia
Street. We hadn't even started and the cops gave us Georgia Street.
That was the sound of protesters showing up outside of Gainbridge Fieldhouse, but because Indy Metro Police were prepared, they pushed the protesters back to Georgia Street. And Rick Snyder, the head of the police union, said this morning that last night it showed what can be done with safety and without violence while on the national stage during one of the largest viewed sporting events around the world. A city official is in trouble, and he's no longer a city official. Here's Chris Davis.
After a domestic incident and arrest May 23rd, Carmel Mayor Sue Finkham has fired Jeremy Cashman, the city's infrastructure officer. Finkham had called the incident in which police had to respond to Cashman's Noblesville home disturbing. That's where two members of his family, a woman and a juvenile, claimed he went on a tirade, yelling, cursing, and even assaulting them. Cashman now faces 2 counts of domestic battery and has a trial scheduled for December 16th. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices still headed down this morning, says AAA. You can fill up regular unleaded at about $2.91 a gallon across the capital city. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Last night in Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
Here comes Halliburton. Outnumbered, he slows and waits. Now drives forward with the left hand, floating to the glass. No, but Y-E-S! As Toppin pulled it off the front of the rim and flushed it with 2 hands.
Mark Boyle on the Elevance Health Radio Network calling the Obi Toppin dunk. The Pacers beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 116-107, bouncing back from a 16-point loss in Game 2 with a big performance from their bench, led in part by guard T.J. McConnell.
It's just a resilient group, and you got to credit the coaching staff. You know, they get stuff cleaned up after a win, and we bounce back, and we're going to have to, be happy about this one.
That cut courtesy of the Elevance Health Radio Network. The Pacers 2 wins away from bringing their first title to the city of Indianapolis.
Just trying to play basketball. Obviously, we know how good they are as a team, and at the same time, we just got to be us, and I think that's what we try to do.
And that's forward Pascal Siakam. Game 4, Friday night in Indy. Tip-off at 8:30. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Intersection closed on the west side. Lyndhurst Drive at Moore Street is flooded, and it could be closed into evening rush hour late this afternoon. That's the timetable we're given by Citizens Energy. Also looking at northbound 37 at Hamilton County. That's a crash before 146th Street. Has traffic messed up. Back to 126. Inbound 69 slow before and after 96th Street. Northwest side, northbound 465 slow off 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, that's me. Hey, what's going on? 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Dow futures are down 284. NASDAQ futures are down 130. So you got a couple things that could be playing into this. First, the possibility of military action between Israel and Iran, possibly some intervention of the United States. I don't really see that part yet, but that has been rumored now since last night. The second is this Air India crash. So you've heard Ryan Hedrick reporting on it. It was a Boeing 787. It was a Dreamliner bound for London from India, crashes 242 on board. There are reports of some survivors. I know we're going to say, oh my gosh, Boeing again. This is the Dreamliner. This is not the MAX. The Dreamliner has never had an incident in its 14-year history. Never. So what is the story here? We don't know. But as producer Carl was mentioning to me, and absolutely, this is one of the first places you go if you're paying attention to this show and you're paying attention to the geopolitics. You have some very rough moments happening between India and Pakistan. You have Pakistan engaging in the attack on India. That took place a month ago, I believe it was. That was in the Kashmir region. Then you have India responding with a drone attack that killed, I believe, 40 people. These are nations that hate each other. The history is far too long to be believed. It is possible, but absolutely unknown. It would be totally speculation that Pakistan did this. The fact that it should be one of the things that is thought of as a possibility in an investigation will find out, 100%. But I am not jumping to the, oh my gosh, Boeing. Not on this. Not on the Dreamliner. And yes, you've got prices on Boeing that dropped in the early morning and the pre-morning. Makes perfect sense that it would. Crude oil, $67.11 on the West Texas crude, $68.74 on the Brent crude. Again, the possibility of unrest in the Middle East. Moving that up, you've got the 10-year Treasury down a little bit to 4.357. I will have more on this on Tony Katz today at noon. Also, where this military possibility is between Israel and Iran. We've seen the riots. We've got more riots growing in Chicago and Atlanta. We had peaceful protests in Indianapolis. By the way, bravo, right? Oh, I think they're wrong, but First Amendment right is yours as much as it is mine. Peaceful, way to go. Good job, everybody. The world is crazy, but we do not have to be. That's why I bring you the Tony Katz TK Thursday Music Moment presented by KillaDentRemoval.com. KillaDentRemoval.com. Getting rid of the door dings, getting rid of the hail damage. KillaDentRemoval.com. So easy to utilize. Such good people. KillaDentRemoval.com. Call them today. Go to KillaDentRemoval.com and get your car looking beautiful, kitten. Beautiful. Man, I will admit it feels weird that last week, for the music moment, we did some Beach Boys. One of my all-time favorites, God only knows. That song is haunting and spectacular. And the Beach Boys set music from that point forward. They really did. And then yesterday, hearing that Brian Wilson died at the age of 82. I don't know what to say. Sly Stone this week. Brian Wilson, rough week for music. But don't deny what the Beach Boys did and created. No one. I don't care your genre. The Beach Boys did it. Brian Wilson did this. Created music, created a standard for musicianship, for composition, for tone. Spectacular. So we're going back to the well. And you'll have to commemorate that on the site there, because, of course, every song that we do for the TK Thursday Music Moment is listed right there at WIBC.com. I'm seeing people in the chat room. I just wasn't made for these times. That is a haunting song. That is not what I picked for this week's Music Moment. The world is crazy. We don't have to be, so we play some music. We roll down the windows in the car. We turn up the speakers. We grab a beverage. I'm not telling you what has to be in it. And we just take a moment to relax. We'll get back to the fight later. No. I went to probably the most unknown. As reported, probably the worst of the Beach Boys. No, this was like a bit of Motown feel. And I think it's just, if I was making a movie, this song would be in it. If I was making a movie, I would figure out how to get this song in it. Roll down your window, or windows in the car, step outside, take some fresh air, turn up the speakers. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, gone at the age of 82. This from the album Wild Honey in 1967. This is Wild Honey. Producer Carl, hit it. As a matter of fact, I don't know how that hasn't been used in a Tarantino film. Wild Honey from the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson dead at the age of 82. Good Lord. I love that song. Love it. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Construction slow down on northbound 65 after South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. And then northbound 465 on the east side, slow roll from 70 up to Penn Pike. On the north side, eastbound 465 slows from 865 over to Meridian Street. Crash northbound 37 before 146th Street has us backed up, and the water main break on the west side has closed the intersection of Lyndhurst and Morris. Hopefully, that'll be done late this afternoon. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it today. We will recap a wild night in Indianapolis, and Rob Kendall flips out and goes off the rails. Don't miss it, 3 o'clock.
Home sales activity good, but not great. So many homes, if they are improperly marketed, are sitting on the market. Hiring the wrong sales agent will cost you time and money. You need to hire the expert. Maximizes equity and sells fast. That expert realtor, that is Mark Dietel. Perhaps you're worried with a challenging market, you won't sell your home for the price it's worth. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert, trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Luke and Emma in Franklin said, we found the perfect piece of land and began building our new dream home, but we needed to sell our old place at the right price to fund the dream. We hired the Mark Dietel team and got multiple offers in the first weekend, closed in 25 days, and they negotiated for us to stay while we completed our new place. Selling was stress-free and profitable with Mark Dietel. Talk to Mark Dietel today. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Mark Dietel, good dude. You're going to enjoy the conversation. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation. Like your neighbor Dennis.
I was in the process of refinishing my garage and, trying to turn it into a man cave. So I started searching, online, and I ran across Galaxy.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is not epoxy. It's better.
First thing I wanted to do initially is I wanted to repair where the concrete had eroded. They said they could do that. I said, well, heck, let me go ahead and get the entire floor covered.
Commercial or residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
They were so courteous and respectful of the home and the property. And when they're done, they cleaned up, picked up, swept up. It was like they were never there.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
I would recommend Galaxy over any other competitor, hands down. You're going to be taken care of and you're going to be satisfied. These guys know what they're doing.
Jim Schrader, IT Director for Lakota and SMC Trailers and Viaggio Pontoon Boats, has a solid reason for selecting Applied Innovation.
With companies, the bottom line comes to dollars and cents. It really does. And when we consolidated all our printing needs with Applied, we got rid of all these onesies, twosies desktops that we were having to take care of and got the big MFPs and strategically placed them.
And with the Applied Innovation Printing Solution,
we're saving about $25,000 a year between the 3 companies by doing that. And of course, everybody's like, oh, well, what if I need to print privately or this or that? They've helped me set up private print, direct print, coded print, all that stuff.
You're sold on Applied Innovation.
If you're looking for great service, attentiveness, and a fantastic product, Applied is the place to go. Applied is Johnny on the spot, literally.
Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
The news everyone's talking about, you'll find it at WIBC.com. The latest from City Hall, the White House, or the State House. Updated all day. Don't miss what matters. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC and WIBC.com.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
All right, I'm confused.
But long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt.
Is this a theme song?
Yes.
God Only Knows as a theme song.
Think HBO.
Yeah, I think it was HBO or Showtime.
Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Guys, this is not the TK Music moment. We did God Only Knows last week as the TK Music moment. This is America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? Here's how we play the game. Producer Carl has picked a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. And Matt Baer is already giving me hints. Think HBO or Showtime. Oh, my wife has chimed in. Am I allowed to use my wife?
Yeah, you're allowed to use your wife's.
Okay. Hold on. Well, that's two different shows. Which show is it? Wait, you wrote three things, kid.
Boy, I want to be married after this.
I swear to you, the text message reads, oh, well, thank you. She's sending me notes. Wives, loves, Mormons. This is the theme to Big Love.
Bravo!
What are you... I'm trying to do a radio show, babe. What are you giving me hints for? Help me out.
Oh, sleep on the couch.
What is it? You sleep on the couch. Let me tell you something. I bought the damn bed. She can sleep on the couch. Tell you what. I do not sleep on couches. I'm a grown-ass man. You don't like it? There you go. Let me tell you what's going on here in the Katz household. By the way, thank you, dear. Love you.
She's the brains of the operation.
Oh, God, and the looks. Thank goodness. Thank goodness right there. If I was the brains of the operation, you think I'd be doing radio? Good God. Okay, that was Bill Paxton, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a guy who's gone too soon. Bill Paxton. Good Lord. Just such a subtle A-lister, right? Just keep appearing in movies and keep being great in them. That's all. That's all you got to do. Fantastic. By the way, nice poll. We're gonna say that I didn't get this one. We're gonna give credit to
Mrs. Katz.
Claudia in the chat room did get it, but we're gonna give the credit to my wife, the mysterious Mrs. Katz.
Hey, Tony, when this show was out, I said to my dad, I said, boy, it'd be great to have multiple wives. And he said, no, it would not. All these women angry at you at the same time.
Can we discuss how you live and the problems therein? Maybe this is about you. Maybe it's about your dad. We're going to dig into the personal life of producer Carl tomorrow, unless I decide to take the day off. Just tune in. Tune in for sure. I'll catch you guys at noon. Matt Bear. Matt Bear has got traffic.
All right, Tony, fellas, looking at northbound 65, slow before and after Raymond Street.